level coming down. While it's going up in automatic, it has Typasonics that keep the deck level. Since it is a concrete deck, we need to keep it pretty straight, otherwise, of course, it'll crack. So that, as long as it's in automatic, everything's working and it stays level. But those numbers help us if we had to go to manual for some reason to keep it level coming down. It takes about a minute and a half for it to go up. So it's, although it looks slow, this system is much better than our old mechanical system we had years ago. And this is a much more reliable system today. The other thing we have here that is the generators. They, if we were to have a power failure during a windstorm, during windstorms we try to keep traffic moving just as long as we possibly can, even with waves coming over, because we know how critical this roadway is, and you know, for cross lake, you know, commuters and you know, business and everything. So we do try to keep it open just as long as we can in storms. If we were to lose power, the generators come on, so we have a good redundant system out here that will allow us to operate the lift deck. And one thing, when you see traffic stop out here, if you're out here on an opening, and everybody wonders, well, why isn't the boat going? The boat isn't moving, so the traffic stopped. This is a little different than a normal drawspan. It takes a little bit of time to get the decks up and to get the drawspan open. So a lot of people always wonder why the traffic stopped. Why isn't that boat going through? So it does take a little bit of time. We had about 13 openings last year for vessels. Like I said, we do open about 8 times a month when we come in for maintenance. But last year we did have 13 vessel openings. We actually had 2 openings this past week for a 160-foot yacht that went down to the south end of the lake. And so in our openings, we only do, vessel openings only happen between 9 at night and 5 in the morning, Monday through Friday. The weekends, we'll open the bridge for a vessel at any time. Okay, the decks are all the way up now, so now the center locks are starting to retract. And that's out here on the pontoons in between the 2 lift decks. So again, those center locks are hydraulic, so it takes a little bit of time for those to withdraw. This is one of the areas when we're in a storm, we've got rough water, and we've tried to hold the bridge open to traffic just as long as we possibly can. And this is one of the risks that we take. Is when we try to retract those center locks and a wave catches us. As soon as those hooks are open, those pontoons are free and they separate. And if a wave catches one, goes one way, and the other one stays fixed, we lose the center locks. And that's one of our weak points in this opening. The bridge wasn't designed to open in heavy weather. So now as the pontoons are opening, one of the other problems we run into in storms are the guide rollers, and that's what's guided this pontoon, the drawspan that's coming open now is guided by those guide rollers. And it's a pretty tight fit there, so when the waves are beating on the bridge and we're bouncing around out here pretty good, it's another weak area where the end shaft on that guide roller gets a lot of fatigue and has broken in the past. So that's one of the areas that we look at this weekend. We'll do some UT. The engineers will come out and UT the ends of those. And that's one of the things that takes a long time. It is time consuming. We can't do it just overnight. They have to position the pontoon in just the right location, remove a small cover, and get set up, and to UT that it's just a time-consuming process just to get to the point. Although the UT doesn't take that long itself. UT is the ultrasonic testing of the steel. It looks for small, minute cracks, that, you know, could be, give us a problem, you know, down the road. The other thing that's really nice about this, this weekend closure is it gives us an opportunity to find any small malfunctions or something that might affect us going into storm season here this fall. You know, we did real well this last winter. We didn't have any openings due to heavy weather, and we don't foresee finding any big issues. But it's always good to get a real good close look at everything and make sure we're mechanically sound and ready to go for the winter. If we were to find something, this gives us a couple months to order any parts or whatever we needed and prepare for storm season.